We are now 5 wide. Presented by Quick Trip's quality gasoline guarantee. It's just another way Quick Trip has you covered.
9 to noon, ready to go. Billy Schmidt is in. Tim Allen is in. Armin's been here since early on this morning. Hello, boys. How we doing?
Morning.
What's going on? Should probably turn my
Doing
microphone
good.
on.
You said, Tim Allen, something about Chucky Hepburn.
Chucky Hepburn took over the other. Butchie can tell you about that. That's good to see. He's healthy now and taking over.
A little slimmer on a diet. I'm going to have to ask him Friday what's on that diet of his.
Okay.
Supposedly no milk, which I don't know if I'm going to go on that diet.
Milk or milk?
Milk.
It's milk. It's always milk here. Yeah.
Milk.
Don't do this to me. We're from Wisconsin. It's milk.
I had
this
a
whole thing like
Who's drinking milk unless it's with cereal anyway?
My boy Will Wagner,
Me?
junior offensive lineman at Arrowhead University, came in with an honorable mention. Classic
yes,
8.
saw that. Yes.
Let's give Will Wagner a round of applause. My boy drank a gallon of milk
Oh, one of those deals.
every day in the off season. Every day before school, put on 40 pounds, started for us.
Milk, little known fact, milk hydrates you better than water.
How about that?
Really?
Chew. Okay.
No, it is a big it is a big inflammatory.
You can't have
That's
it.
the problem.
You can't drink them as
Dairy's
much.
an
though.
inflammatory.
You can't drink as much of it though at once, right?
So when Ron Burgundy drank the warm milk and said it was a poor choice.
Bad choice, yeah.
Bad choice. You're saying it was not hydrating in that case, but otherwise it's more hydrating. Why then don't athletes drink milk other than the Indianapolis 500 winner?
I'm not sure.
They
I just told you.
if you listen to Badger broadcasts,
Inflammatory.
they have the drink more chocolate milk advertisements
do
that
that.
run all the time because it's been talked about for years that chocolate milk is actually one of the better post-workout drinks that you can have. Like what you said, it is an inflammatory, so your joints
I got
get a
some
little more
chocolate milk right
inflamed.
here.
Yeah, you get feel a little
Doing
puffier.
After doing a show with Dave, I got my workout in.
My mom was a strong My mom was a strong believer in a glass of milk every dinner.
I'm ready to go
Every
now,
day.
boys. Round 2. Let's
She's
do
like,
this.
I want you to drink milk for dinner. If I went over there now, she probably wouldn't say anything now. I'm almost 40, but she'd be like, don't you want any milk?
Sure you don't want a glass of milk with dinner?
I know, she would.
All right, so I'm glad we're finally on milk talk, which is something I've wanted to do on the show for a while now. So let's get into it, shall we? Who here still will enjoy a glass of the full-leaded vitamin D whole milk?
Oh wow.
Yeah, the only time I do we have the whole milk now with the 1-year-old, almost 1-year-old on Sunday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday, Ellie.
Happy
How about
birthday.
that?
She
What a
decided
blessing.
she wanted to surprise us, so she's now a November baby instead of a December baby. But she's been with us a year. Crazy. That being said, so it's in the house. So I'll drink it a little bit. I do drink the 2% because the kids don't finish their glass of milk with dinner, breakfast, lunch. So I'll finish that for them instead of wasting it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's why I'm
so,
getting fat.
All right, 2% milk. 2% versus 1% versus skim. I won't drink skim.
No.
Skim is
Really?
disgusting.
I've
That's
only
the
had
worst.
I've only had skim.
Always been a skim guy. Yep.
Well, when I was a
You
kid, we
have
drank
been a skim guy, okay.
2%, but I
All right, let's not be
Wow.
that surprised over here.
Yeah, the vitamin D.
Wow,
The
what
vitamin
a
D
fat
milk,
shot
it,
that was.
It goes
Really?
bad
You.
quicker.
Oh, I
What
didn't know
does?
that.
So if you're the only one drinking milk at home, you might want to go 2% because then it lasts longer. To me, it's just it's sour.
Yeah, have you
milk.
ever had a glass of bad milk?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not fun.
Yikes.
Oh man, I was at my grandma's cutting the grass one day. She made some hot dogs up. Viola would fantastic cook. I'd cut the grass, go over there. Pops would drop me off on his lunch break, pick me up, then pick me up after I'd spend some time with grandma. But I cut the grass. She had lunch made for me. Just housing hot dogs, 3 or 4 of them. Then she put this glass of milk. I just took a big swig of it. It was all chunky.
You can't get that taste out for a long time.
No. It's
You know
only
the Skittles
memories.
you
It was
want.
the only thing that's worse is when you have a full bowl of cereal and then you pour the expired milk into it and you're like,
oh yeah, because you ruined. Oh,
wait
yeah.
a second.
And I was like,
Smell it.
That didn't
thanks,
taste like
Grandma.
Captain Crunch.
And you
Oh.
ruined the cereal
Then
too.
you ruined the whole thing.
So,
Yep.
I would have eaten
All
that
right.
dry. Yeah.
2 for 1.
Okay, sorry to
wanna
bring it
ask
up, Tim.
Tim.
but go ahead.
I want to ask Tim Allen, who I think might be our milk expert amongst us, because he had that beautiful nugget about its hydration
Love milk.
properties. Do you love milk? Do you consider yourself to be a milk expert?
As close as you can get without being, yes.
Aficionado. Okay. Question for you, Tim Allen. Who said, 2% is good, but if we could just get 1 more % off of the fat content?
No kidding.
That's what we need. Why would we go to the effort of making and marketing a 2% and a 1%?
And the 1%. Yeah, I'm not sure. You might as well just make the jump over to skim milk at that point.
Well, that's the thing. Is that percentage significant nutritionally?
I don't think so. But my father used to tell me that milk was baby food. And I'm like, Dad, you can't tell me milk is bad for you. That's not good. I'm telling you, it's baby food. Okay, Dad.
Okay, appreciate it, Pops.
There's no real health difference between 2% and 1%. It must be a marketing.
Yep.
Every time, Butchie, I'm in a grocery store,
Big
the
corporate.
likes of which your father ran for
Big
years, and I see all these different kinds of milk, and I'm not even getting into the almond milk now, the cashew milk,
Oh yeah.
coconut milk.
I go to Starbucks. You give oat milk, whatever. Starbucks will have like 90
Anything
different kinds
and
of milk.
everything. Yep.
As I look at all the different milks there, or milks as you call them, all I can think to myself is, what a country of abundance. What luxury we have here.
It's true.
This is
Good
America.
point.
Where we
Strawberry,
have
chocolate,
whole
blueberries, you name
2%, 1%. You know, in Krapistan, they're like, oh, there's milk in store. Rush, go rush right now. There's milk in store. We've got all these different. We've got all these different flavors. It's
But
amazing.
overseas milk does taste better. I think it's right from the udders. I really do. I'm telling you, it's better.
when I
It's,
was in,
it's creamier. It's better.
When I was in college, I had a really
Give
good
me
buddy.
that look.
Still really
I'm just processing what you just said. I'm just
Right
trying
from the
to
udders.
There's a brand of
straight
milk.
from the udders. No
There's a brand
pasteurization.
of milk we're not
Straight from the
talking
udders.
about, gentlemen.
What's that?
Ooh.
I don't know if I can really.
Saying breast milk?
Yeah.
There. Someone
Yep.
said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What
breast
about it?
milk. Yeah.
It's good.
You try it?
I have not. No.
I did.
Okay.
Have you?
Yeah.
I think you have to.
Yeah, I got
Hold on.
suckered into it too many
Hold on.
times. I listened to it too many times. Just try it. Just try
Yeah,
it one
dude.
time. Just try it one time.
How
So
is
in the
it?
last year here?
Yeah, not
Oh,
bad.
okay. I didn't know if it
In
was
a-
somebody else's breast milk.
in
you
a-
tried.
in a-
No,
before,
no, same one.
before.
Yep.
All right, I didn't.
no.
I just. It's a fair question.
I figured
didn't know.
if it's good enough to
Is it
feed my
fair?
son 4 times a day, I
Correct.
might as well test it out one
All
time
right.
and see if it tastes
And
all
it's
right.
it's really oily. That's the crazy
Yes.
thing about it. Like you start washing bottles, you definitely
All right,
know a
all right.
bottle, a formula bottle versus
yeah,
a breast
yeah.
milk
All
bottle.
right.
Yep.
And
Moving
it's
on.
sticky.
Put a little some of that in your coffee. I mean, you want to talk about
Well,
firing yourself
Okay.
up in the morning? That's
Yeah.
the kind of creamer you
that's
need.
fair. Look at
Yep.
Armin. I can't.
Billy-
Armin, when you have a kid, his
Billy,
whole life will change.
He is just
Like, you'll just
completely
you
ready. He
won't
has
be
no
grossed
idea
by
what to
it.
do.
You
Move
look
it
at
on.
your wife, you're like, my God. Like
Billy, I have to know. Was
Keep
it in a small cup that you tried the breast milk, or how did you get it? What was the delivery method?
What was the
So
container?
what you do is like there's all these bags, right? Like once you pump it all out and then you
Oh,
pour it into
oh.
a bag.
yeah, and then
Okay,
freeze
thank
it.
God. So it was pumped already.
Yeah,
what I
no,
was
I
just
didn't
wondering
have to
about.
unclog the duct or anything in that way. No. So I
But
just
that's no
has-
joke.
there
a
were just a
clogged
little
duct,
extra
man.
in there, and I was
hey,
like, you know
amen
what?
to all the women
Give
that
it a
has
shot.
clogged duct.
Has mom done okay with lactating and with the latching on? Because my wife
Some don't, yeah.
it's unreal.
had a devil
my goodness.
had a devil of a time latching on, and we had lactation consultants
Oh,
and
mhm.
nurses
Oh, yeah.
come in because supposedly it's better to get the breast milk instead of the formula, and it was very frustrating, very stressful already on top of the stress just by being a new parent.
No doubt.
And I was ready to strangle a lactation.
Everybody, yes. Hey, amen. Bro. So both my 2 kids had lip and tongue ties. We figured that out. But like, there's enough stress. So if you're a woman, you're listening. Hey, if you can breastfeed, fantastic. But don't feel the pressure of everybody
do it.
saying
Sure,
that.
Nope.
sure.
You do what's best for you, because this whole pressure America puts on breastfeeding and women, and that you just push the kid out. You're your hormones are all over.
Service
Don't let
announcement.
somebody tell you
There you go,
you
Butch.
need to
Thank
do
you.
this and that for
Amen.
crying out loud.
Let's go,
Like,
Butch.
Preach.
it's ridiculous.
Preach.
We had a 3-day-old, and we're going to lactation consultants,
Oh, yeah.
buckling this kid up, trying to drive there, trying to make this work, and they're trying to make my wife feel bad that this isn't working right. Like, I'm sorry, that's what's wrong with our society.
Did you stand up in that room?
Sam,
Butch?
I'm
It
glad
is.
you brought that up, because that's complete BS where we live. Like, Like you just pushed a child out for crying out
Yeah,
loud.
don't try too hard on the breastfeeding. I'm telling you,
You
these
are fired up.
formulas are every bit as nutritious as they need to be for kids. Your kid's going to be just fine.
Oh my God.
Uh,
And it is something to behold of what it does to your significant other.
Oh, you
What it
talk
does
about
to your wife.
sacrifice. I
Just-
mean, really.
like you want for an entire, now we're going on 10 months here. He'll be 10 months in a couple of weeks.
Boy.
It is just, you have to think about it all the time. You got to think about it like at all moments of, all right, within 3 hours, I got to get all this out of me. And now we have the issue of my man is just, he's ready to drink whenever he can.
Yeah.
Now he gets that from Pops, right? Makes sense, right?
Mhm.
You really
different
skim milk?
different beverages, but yes.
He's like, let me get that thing as soon as possible at any given time. But the issue we have now is we didn't have the latching issue, my man is now starting to get his little teeth in, right? So now he thinks it's funny to look up at mom
Give it a little bite.
And, see
and
her
just
roast.
nah,
How
just
long did she
chomping down. She's
survive
like,
that?
whoa. Okay, we are done here. We are
Boy, the
done here.
listeners are loving this, by the way. Brad,
pretty
you should
impressive.
listen.
Some of these
I'd rather
texts
listen
are-
to Craig. I'd rather listen to Craig Counsell talk for a fourth straight day over this breast milk talk. Armin,
Part of
get
life.
this damn train back on the tracks. You're the producer.
He's
Put
been
your foot
trying.
down.
Yeah,
Then
Wizards
there's
132, Hornets
608.
116.
Then there's this 608. Come on, knock this off, guys. Seriously.
Not everyone doesn't like it. Some people are enjoying it though. Pacers 134, Jazz 118. Tyrese Halliburton was a good
Had
one.
a heck of a day too.
Sixers beat the Celtics last night, which I like
Yep.
seeing. So, all right, that's his back in the
Okay.
track.
You ever milk a
Back to
cow?
milk talk.
I was gonna say
No,
I
I've
had
not.
I actually
No,
had
haven't.
that. Okay.
Back to milk talk. Tim Allen, chocolate
Yes.
milk. What is your favorite? I am a Nestle Quick powder guy
Oh,
and have since my youth. I will
Wow.
drink Hershey's from a squirt bottle, but I prefer the powder.
the powder
Let's say a
though, it can bunch up at the bottom of the cup though. You got to
Sure.
watch that. So if you put the powder in first and then pour the milk in, you really got to stir.
Powdered milk?
Syrup's better. Always
No,
because
the quick
Oh,
powder.
the quick. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm
So
sorry.
what I do is I pour half the glass of milk, then add the powder, and then put the other half of milk in.
Oh.
So are you a
Ooh.
powder guy in general or a bottle guy?
I like
A
the
squirt
quick. I don't even know if they still make them, Zabe, anymore. But the carton, the like large carton of the
Okay, the full carton, the premix stuff. Okay.
the premix.
What about
yes.
when you go to a convenience store? Do you search for the Nestle Quick bottle of chocolate milk, or do you like going off brand?
Yeah, the off-brand is still decent. It's okay. The plastic bottle, I'll just grab it. Whatever we see first, that's what we grab.
Okay. Do you like mixing up a light chocolate milk where it's not really a full dosage of the powder or the chocolate squirt?
It's part of the problem in society here. We've got so many choices.
the one.
We've got so many choices. You finally find a brand that you like, and then all of a sudden it's light, and it's half this, and it's half sugar, and then it's this, and there's 15,000 different brands. You can't find the one that you really got you hooked on it. But that's part of the problem. You find a deodorant you like. Well, they discontinue it.
Yeah.
Of course they do.
I was going to say, are we still talking about milk or now we getting into cigarettes? Because I mean, if you want to talk about how many different versions of
Where'd the
Marlboro,
soft pack go?
yeah, where did the soft pack go? Marb Lights. I feel like there's now 15 different versions, Timmy, than just Marb Lights. Marb
All the
100
colors.
lights. And like,
Yeah.
come on, just give the man the Atari needs.
It's called brand proliferation, and it's what companies do to try to stay on top of their market share. They realize, okay, we need to do something to flood the shelves to keep other people off the shelves. So let's create 27 different kinds of smells of Old Spice deodorant, which there's so many now. It's almost like, okay, what are we doing here?
That's too much, but I am a fan of the Oreo different flavors, though. Like, I mean, if we're just being honest, that's been a positive. in
Okay.
life.
Yep.
Last thought.
Double
on
stuffed.
this.
Absolutely.
You
Only
talk
kind.
about how disgusting it was to chug the sour milk at your grandma's.
Yeah.
Butchie. I got something more disgusting. That was a fantasy football punishment I saw yesterday. A loser of a fantasy league, the last place guy, had to shotgun a can of chicken noodle soup.
Holy
That's
heartburn.
outstanding.
That sounds like one of your fantasy bets.
We're going to do that now.
Billy.
Yeah,
Billy
we had
does his fantasy
buddy
bets.
of mine
With
just
all
had,
the carrots and the
Yep.
chicken and the noodles.
buddy of mine had to do Edward 40 hands and then eat a plate of buffalo chicken dip. Couldn't take the bottles off the hands.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of acquiring my 300 pizza rolls that have to be eaten in 24 hours. But that one with the chicken noodle soup, I mean, that is quick, painless, and then, a quick trip to the bathroom, and then you're good. Speaking of quick trip, you want to talk about chocolate milk?
That green cap.
You
is
go
it?
green cap
Yeah.
chocolate milk
You
at Quick Trip. Yep. I can't go full lead on the chocolate milk at Quick Trip because it is sweet. But that's what I have my rewards for.
Yeah.
So every time I know that I've gone there 10 times, boom, your boy's getting himself a little treat on the way out.
All right,
I
Tim
like
Allen, I
that
had a
about
legit,
11:30.
I had a legit
Yep.
dream
Driving
last
home.
night that
Uh-huh.
Pat Murphy had left to go to Chicago, and I woke up to find out that that's not the case yet. You'll tell us whether that's likely to happen or not, and what the team should do. And I know Billy's going to have thoughts on it as well, plus other discussion of things not milk related. Butchie, as always, a pleasure, my friend. Armin, great job today.
Can't
Thank you,
promise
sir.
that.
9 to
You
noon
bet.
is next, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.